Welcome to Just Cook It Radio, where delicious recipes and real cooking lead to amazing dishes. We cook, you listen. It works. With your hosts, Chef Mario Pareca and Bill Alexander.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are listening to Just Cook It here on your local station, 590 Radio, WMBS, and also on FCTV Channel 77, and at justcookit.tv. I am Mario Pareca, back in studio today. We have Bill Alexander.
I'm back. Did you miss me?
Everyone did. We got so many calls, Bill. It was ridiculous. And, of course, Mike Sackley's across the desk from us yet again.
I'm very excited for this week's show.
I kind of figured he would be.
Mike's had this circled on his calendar ever since we mentioned it. But
big red ink.
Right off the top of the show, we have a jam-packed show coming at you this morning. So I want to cover a couple things first, and we're going to start cooking, and then you can talk about the exciting things we have going on. First and foremost, Bill, we have to tell everyone to mark on their calendars December 21st, which is 2 weeks from today.
Hard to believe.
Absolutely. We will be live on location at the Big Barn.
That's right.
One of our sponsors. And at the Big Barn, I will be cooking a few dishes, and they're going to have it's a big event on Saturday morning, December 21st. Come out, you'll get some samples, you'll get to see the show live. We'll be doing a whole lot of holiday cheer.
And this is a great idea because it's 4 days before Christmas. It's the Saturday before. It gives you some ideas if you're looking for people to buy for, and some great food that you can make for your Christmas dinner.
And you can pick up your ham while you're there.
That's true,
because
too.
they have the best hams that I have tasted, and they're the ones that I make for my family.
I heard a rumor that we're going to be having a ham on the 21st.
There may be. That's the whispers going around.
I like that.
Along with the samples of the things that we cook for the show, which will have to do with kibasi. Because kibasi's Christmas, it's New Year's, Super Bowl is coming up in February, and the kibasi will probably be the highlight of this year's Super Bowl for us in this area. So come to the Big Barn, mark it on your calendar. December the 21st, we'll be doing Just Cook It Radio live, and you can come down and have some samples and eat.
The one debate we've always had in my household, it'll be 17 years in January that my wife and I have been married. Kibasi, breakfast meat, dinner meat, or both?
Both. We'll prove it. And to find out, you have to come.
I'm looking forward
to the Big Barn. And also, we have a giveaway. Ding, ding, ding. So pick up your pen and paper. Write the numbers down. You have to call in. Courtesy of the Big Barn, and I'm showing this to the TV audience. We have these great calendars, and they have recipes in them for every month.
Over there.
Yeah, I'm showing you first because you haven't seen them. So here's the calendars, and everyone who calls in, all you have to do is call in and share your favorite holiday food with us. If you have any traditions, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, call in, tell us about your holiday food, and we will have a calendar for you to pick up here at the station, courtesy of the Big Barn, and we'll also throw in a Just Cook It bracelet. Cool. Along with that, whoever calls in, if we get 5, if we get 10, whoever calls in, we have also, courtesy of the Big Barn, a $25 gift card. We have one of them. So to be eligible for the gift card, all you have to do is call in. Everyone will get the calendar who calls in. And aside from that, one of those people at the end of the show will win the $25 gift card.
So in other words, what we're going to do is of the winning names, we're going to pick one at the end and they get the card.
Yes. So for calling in, you're guaranteed to win a calendar.
At least something.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're also eligible for a $25 Big Barn gift card, which can cover Christmas ham.
We will ask you to give your first and last name and where you're from to Mike whenever you call in. That way we can distinguish where you are, and then you can come to the station this week and pick it up.
And I want to say thank you to the Big Barn for the gift card and the calendars. And
wonderful of them to be able to do that.
Absolutely. And don't forget as well, December the 21st, mark that on your calendar. And Bill, we're also doing our own holiday drawing.
Yes.
But this one we're not going to give away this week, but people can enter for that. All you have to do is go to our website. There's a question posted. If you go to our website, on the top bar, there's on the menu bar, there's a tab that says drawing. If you click on that, there's a form there, and there's a question that's asked. We have 14 of the top holiday treats. We have a list,
cool.
You and I do.
Right.
If you can guess one of those 14, all you need is one of them, and you type it in there and fill out the form, you'll be entered into the drawing, and we have a $50 value Christmas prize or holiday prize that we will randomly select from the people who enter and send to you. So anyone who's listening on WMBS or on the podcast on the internet, you have a couple weeks.
And one of those items in the prizes is your cookbook.
Yes.
The Good, the Bad, The cookbook.
Right.
What an original title. I mean, really is.
So we have the cookbook, and it kind of fits with the whole theme,
Yes,
but
it
we'll
does.
talk more about that later. So just make sure you go to the website. It's justcookit.net. That's our website. Go there, click on drawing, fill out the form. That's all you have to do. Guess one of the 14 holiday treats, most popular holiday treats correctly, and you can even Google it.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Why
can
not?
cheat.
Yeah.
and you're entered. So those are our holiday promotions that we have going on. Get the numbers to call for the Big Barn promotion going on today. 724-438-4593 is the station number. Give us a buzz on that line, and you'll be entered for the Big Barn raffle.
Cool.
So, Bill, we have a dish we're going to make, and I'm standing up. My head's cut off.
That's okay.
I'm still
as
here.
long as I can see what your hands
I'm going
are
to
doing.
start the dish. Once I get it started, you can take us into why we're making
Why
this
we're
dish
doing
and what
this?
we're pairing it with, because I'm very excited about this.
Well, I think we all are. I know Mike is. His eyes are as big as saucers.
So, what we're sampling today, if you follow us on social media, you already know, we have friends at Shiner's Brewery, and they're in...
It's Spetzel Brewery in Shiner, Texas, the cleanest little town in Texas.
That's right. And so Shiner beers, we sampled them around the show before.
Right.
And they actually just came out with a brand new brew. It's called White Wing.
White-winged.
White Wing. It's a Belgian white. Very delicious beer, I'm sure. I'm looking forward to trying it. I'm a big fan of Belgian whites. It's actually a wheat beer.
Yes.
Which is interesting. Is it their first wheat beer?
This is, from what I understand, it is, and I have a fact sheet here, and let me go over it with you real quick about it, that after 104 years of brewing beer, we're excited to take on our first Belgian white, authentic Belgium yeast, along with an additional coriander and orange peel blend to deliver the spice, citrus aroma, and the taste distinctive of a true-to-style Belgium white ale. Barley and wheat malts, sass hops create the right flavor balance, while light carbonation gives a delightful finish. The result is a slightly sweet and delightful drinkable wit beer, and it has a personality of its own.
I'm sold.
I am too.
Looking forward to it.
This has been in my refrigerator before Thanksgiving, and I have not been able to touch it because I knew we were going to do the whole show on it. But I have enough here today, and I also brought another one with us that is called the Shiner Holiday Cheer. This is their Christmas beer that they came out with, which I found when I was in the Outer Banks of North Carolina last week. And I was so excited to be able to find this one because they said this one is a hard one to find. And I was in California, PA last night and went to Campy's. And guess what I found in their beer rack?
Holiday
Cheer.
That's awesome.
And the Holiday Cheer is a little bit different because it has it's brewed with peaches and pecans and other natural flavors.
I love pecans.
It's a different beer. It really is.
And I saw that one on their website when we first started talking to them.
Yeah.
And it became one of the ones that I immediately wanted to try. So I'm looking forward to that. And to pair with those, we're going to make a dish here in studio. And what goes better with beer than buffalo chicken?
Sounds good.
So we're going to make some buffalo chicken bites. Now the way
this may be the highlight to your football game tomorrow.
Exactly. And the way I envision this dish is an hors d'oeuvre.
Okay.
So it's something that you make. You can put on toothpicks, and you can pass around at parties,
Right.
holiday parties, football. It's perfect for.
Uh-huh.
So it's a great dish. It's going to go great with the beer. So it's not going to be the fried buffalo chicken wing that you're used to, but it's going to have the same. We're going to make a homemade buffalo sauce, and we're going to have these little bites. We're using the chicken tenderloins, which are a little more tender, I want
Right.
to say, and much easier to work with. So you can buy them at the grocery store, cut them into 4 pieces, equal pieces, and there you have it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by making our buffalo sauce. And if you go to justcookit.net and you scroll over the menu that says blogs and recipes, there's a tab now that says show recipes.
Right.
And you can go there right now, this very second as I speak, and get the recipe to the dish we're cooking right now.
Now, one thing I have to ask you, because I hear the phone ringing off the hook in the background for our contest, how many calendars are we able to give away?
We can give away as many as people call. We're
How
not
many-
going to turn anyone down.
Okay, so we have cases of calendars sitting.
We have plenty of calendars.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yep, there's no
Because
no limit.
Because if you listen really closely, you can hear Mike in the background, which he's the one pressing all the buttons.
No one's here. We're
So,
unsupervised.
I know. It feels like a kid in a candy store
So-
right now. I think we should just lock the door and take over the station.
Station takeover. So here's what we have. I
Wait,
don't
I've
know.
done
We have
that
enough
before.
food to last us for a couple days,
That's
I think.
true. I think we're good.
So here's what we got going on. In this pan that I have right here, I have some Frank's Red Hot. That's the buffalo
Yes.
sauce base, okay, of choice. You can use Tabasco if you like.
Okay, you're
You can
heating
use
this right now, right?
What's that?
You're heating it? Because, boy, do I smell it.
Yeah, it's on the stove.
Oh, yeah.
So what I have is Frank's Red Hot. And what I added to that is a little celery salt and some garlic powder.
Okay.
Okay. So that's just going to season it up. And what we're going to do is we're going to have that all mixed together. We're going to bring that up to a boil.
Okay.
When that hits a boil, now this is my own special secret buffalo sauce trick that I have, and I'm going to share it with you.
Okay.
A lot of times when people make buffalo sauce, when you look up the recipe on the internet, it tells you what buffalo sauce is at its basic form is hot sauce and butter. Okay?
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, and what they tell you to do is put everything in the pot, bring it up, cook it down. Now what happens is fat, if you ever made salad dressing, oil and vinegar don't mix.
Right.
And hot sauce is basically vinegar, and butter is basically fat, is oil. So if you put them all in a pot together and you just let them cook, they're not going to mix. And it's going to be, the oil's going to rise to the top, and it's going to be greasy and nasty. So what I like to do is I put my hot sauce in the pan and I seasoned it. I'm going to bring it to a boil, and then I'm going to slurry it. And what a slurry is cornstarch and water that's mixed together.
So that's what I have in this bowl
right here.
Okay.
So, and you can get the amount of slurry and all of that at the website on the recipe. And you can mix this up ahead of time. So, and what happens is if you mix it up ahead of time, it's going to settle, as you can see.
And cake up.
Yeah, so all you got to do is mix it up again. So we're going to mix it. What we're going to do is as soon as this comes to a boil, I'm going to add some slurry to it. Not too much. We don't want to over-thicken it.
Right.
But what this slurry is going to do is it's going to help the butter bind to the sauce.
Okay.
And it's going to keep
Mike's
it as
back.
Hey, Mike, good to see you again. It's going to keep it as a homogeneous sauce as opposed to like a vinaigrette that's going to come apart. So that's what's going to keep your sauce together. It's going to give it a rich, nice mouthfeel and a great flavor and richness from the butter. So you want to wait till it boils, though, because slurry can have a kind of flavor and film to it. So you have to bring it to a boil, and then you have to actually let it cook. And we're going to let it cook a little bit as we whisk the butter. And so our pan's at about a simmer now.
Uh-huh.
And do we have a caller on the line?
Do we have a caller on the line? Let's do this. Let's take a quick break first, then we'll come back to the caller.
We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to finish our buffalo sauce and start cooking our chicken, and we'll also take your calls. So don't touch that radio dial. We got more Just Cook It right on the way, and Just Cook It is being served up to you today by the Big Barn Country Store and Deli, by Pareca Chiropractic Center, Inc., by 4th Street Barbecue, by the Herald Standard, and on FCTV by Phil Gianetti Motors.
And you're watching Just Cook It on Fayette TV Channel 77 and also at justcookit.tv. And you're listening to Just Cook It Radio here on your local station, 590 Radio WMBS. Phil Gianetti Motors at 656 National Pike East in Brownsville is a proud sponsor of programming on FCTV. Phil Gianetti Motors providing quality vehicles for 45 years. If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, give Phil Gianetti's a call at 724-785-6800 or stop by their website, philgianettimotors.com.
Hello, Fayette TV, and thank you for watching Just Cook It Radio right here on Channel 77. I am Mario Pareca.
And I'm Bill Alexander. If you like what you've seen so far, you can watch the program in its entirety at justcookit.tv for food, life, and everything in between.
Good to have you back. You're listening to Just Cook It here on your local station, 590 Radio WMBS. I am Mario Pareca here with Bill Alexander.
Have you ever heard a remix version of Jingle Bells?
No, but it's really catchy.
I like that. And it's Dean Martin, too, which was one of my favorite performers at the holidays.
Yes. So, just to catch
you
up.
Did you know Dean Martin died on Christmas Day in 1995?
I did not. That's a good piece of trivia.
I was on the air when it happened, and whenever I read it across the Associated Press, that was the old days before computers, I sat there in a moment of silence and in daze. It was really hard.
Are you okay now?
No, I'm getting over it.
Getting over it? That's good. Before we take the call, we're going to take that in just a second. I just want to get people caught up to what's going on with our buffalo sauce. While we were at the break, I added the slurry. And it didn't. You don't want to add the slurry to the point where it gets really thick.
Right.
But you just want to add it so it holds
onto the wings,
the sauce together. So we added the slurry, brought it back to a boil.
Okay. And
then we turned it down to a simmer now. And what I'm doing, I have some butter here. I have a stick of butter cut into tablespoons. So there's 8 tablespoons in a stick. So we're going to add a tablespoon at a time, and I'm going to continuously whisk over low heat.
Right.
And as soon as 1 tablespoon melts, we'll add another until it's all incorporated.
Okay.
And then we're going to finish it with some honey, and that's the end of the sauce. So let's go ahead and take the call. I believe we have Rose on the line.
Rose from Nemacolin.
Yes, it's the Rose of Christmas.
How you doing, Rose?
I am actually doing fine.
That's good.
You guys can, like warts, continue to grow on me.
Oh, that's good too, I guess.
I remember you, Rose.
That's exactly right, and I'm also very appreciative of the fact that you're cooking on the show. I mean, I think that's wonderful. I mean, I think that's great. That's what it's all about.
Thank you.
Thanks.
But, and also
I wish you
wanted
could
to
smell
say-
it in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could too. Thank you for the suggestion over Thanksgiving, a little flashback there, to using the Yukon Gold potatoes. We tried them. I'd seen them, but I'd never eaten them before, and found them to have a superior texture. The appearance is wonderful. I mean, they just make you want to eat them just because of their color.
Yep.
And although I didn't cook them in the cream because I was a little scared about that, very, very definitely going to be our potato choice now.
Awesome.
But anyway, you were asking about Christmas foods.
Yes.
Our family is Czechoslovakian, and our most special meal isn't the Christmas meal at all, but the Christmas Eve meal. And there are many traditional foods eaten, and since the country was basically rural and the main vegetables were cabbage and potatoes, many of those dishes incorporate that with no meat. And probably the I don't know what the pièce de résistance of the meal is your soup, which is every village, my grandfather always used to say, had its own little different version of it, but it is basically a sour soup, no matter how you make it sour, whether it's with vinegar or whatever. But our mother would do it with sauerkraut juice.
Okay.
And you started out with the brown flour roux, and then incorporated sauerkraut juice. And some people use dried mushrooms, some people use canned mushrooms, some people use fresh mushrooms. But it's basically a sauerkraut and mushroom soup.
Sounds good.
And you know
Absolutely delicious.
You know, Rose, I'm so glad you called in and mentioned that because actually my family's Italian. So on my dad's side, we do the Feast of the Seven Fishes.
Right.
Now on my mother's side, my grandmother, my mom's mom, is Italian. So she would do the fish as well. But my mother's father is Czechoslovakian. So on my mother's side, we would do kind of a combination Christmas. And the one thing that I distinctly remember and that we still have to this day at her house for Christmas Eve is that soup. And it had the same thing. It was a mushroom soup. And it had, I remember it being brown, and it had the sauerkraut in it, so it was kind of a sourish mushroom,
Right.
and it's delicious. It really is.
Yes, it is. Also, you're also able to give the Chinese a very special present by way of the waterways days later.
And there's another food I distinctly remember that they make, and if you know what I'm talking about, let me know. They called it babalki.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that's delicious too.
Okay, and my mother did a version of it too. She would have bobalki, and she mixed that with sauerkraut, and then she used the basic same dough and mixed it with poppy seed and called it lokcha.
That's what we have: the poppy seed and the milk and the dough balls.
And, right, and some people mix nuts with it. So it's the same idea, but there were variations. And my grandfather, like I said, would always say that their villages were pretty isolated from each other. Therefore, they had he would always say same church, same church, different pew.
Okay.
They would have the same idea, but a little bit of a different variation of it. But,
Very cool.
My sister, God bless her, still does all this, and we all come over, and it's just like really neat. So just wanted to share that with you.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. Thank you very much for the
You're
call.
most
Thank
welcome.
you for listening, and it's great to talk to someone who has the same family traditions.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
It kind of.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that she's preserving that because as things get lost, it's just a really special day for us, and hopefully our children will pick up with it too.
That's cool.
Absolutely. Well, Rose,
Thanks,
you have
guys.
a very Merry Christmas and a great holiday, and hopefully
Well, Natali.
call us and check back in with us after your Christmas Eve dinner and just give us an update.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Glad to do that. You guys take care.
All right,
Thanks,
you
Rose.
too. Bye-bye. So, Bill, what we have, and that was awesome. That was a great call.
Yeah.
And what we have here is, you can see our butter is all incorporated, and I'm going to add a little honey. I'm going to cut the heat now, and look at the sauce. I want you to see it. It looks like a sauce, right?
It looks honestly, it looks like pumpkin puree is what it looks like.
There's no grease on
No,
the
not
top.
at all. It's not
separating, and it's going to stay like this. I'm going to show it
Looks
to the
really
camera if they can see it. Hopefully I can
Tilted
get it.
forward.
Yeah.
Just don't spill it on the rug.
There you go. Okay, so everyone saw it.
Brian would be furious if you did, but that's okay.
He might call in now. Thanks, Bill. So I'm going to add just a hit of honey to this, and then we're going to start cooking our chicken.
Good. While you do that, can I open one of these beers? Because Mike's looking very hungrily at this, and I really don't want to.
I wish you would. I was wondering what you were waiting for.
I was waiting for. Okay. Do we do the holiday cheer first, or do we do the white wing?
I think the white wing's got to go first.
Here we go.
Up to Mike. But this will
It
go.
just opened, just by the way.
This dish will go with any of them. I heard that. I hope everyone heard that
That
sound
sound
effect.
effect.
Yeah. So our buffalo sauce is done. I'm going to pull that off the heat, and now we're going to start working with our chicken. So This is going to be fun. And you can see this chicken here. I got it cut into small pieces. So when you go to the supermarket, make it easy on yourself. Buy the tenderloins, okay? Because they're more tender than the breast, and they're already in small pieces. So all you have to do, and they're already clean. So all you have to do is take your knife and cut it into fours. So it's very simple.
Phone's ringing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Good. So we're going to turn our pan on. I have a saute pan here, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to turn it on. We got it on about medium-high heat because we want to get a nice sear on this chicken. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some gloves on.
Okay.
Because we're working with raw chicken. And
see, you had the same problem I did on TV. You had the same dang problem.
It's okay.
And you guys were making fun of me. Which, by the way, it
was funny at the time.
That segment of Mario and I on Going Live is also at justcookit.tv, and you can actually see Luigi as he makes a special appearance.
Where we made stuffing.
That was really good, too.
Yeah, thank you.
One thing before Mike comes back in and sits down, I've been noticing, and we've talked about this before, and I've placed some stuff on Facebook, that some of the radio people that I've worked with that I admired. I mean, we've talked about Jim Morgan. I talked about Kim Smith at the old WASP. I've talked about Jack Bogut, who's a friend of mine at JAS and KDKA. And you go through the whole list. Well, I never talked about TV people, and I'd never met him personally, but if I could get him in studio, which I'm reaching out since we have a large U.S. podcast listenership. I have family that lives in San Diego, in that area. And when I was growing up and would visit there was a news anchor there by the name of Ron Burgundy. And if I could get Ron on, and I saw him on the Dan Patrick Show the other day, and I figured, why not? We're radio, we're TV, we're on the internet. If Ron, this would be a dream come true if he would just call into the show.
It would. He's a legend.
He is a legend.
Not just in San Diego.
No, nationwide. If you just put him up with Don Cannon, with Paul Long, which I've met Paul Long, and you look at Bill Burns, which I knew Bill and Patty Burns and all this, it was something really special, and I'm just throwing that out there, so if we could do that. Now, Mike's back in the studio again as the chicken cooks, and we have to do this together. So Mario's doing his chicken right now as he throws it all in. And the word we're supposed to say when we drink this is Prosit.
Prosit.
Prosit. And that means good health and cheer in German, just so you know, okay? So
I'm sorry.
You're yelling
it's
at
the
me
gloves, man.
You're yelling at me for taking so long. So here's
Prosit?
the white. Prosit.
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 Wow, that's good.
I like that.
Very good.
Smooth.
Very.
Light.
The guys at Shiners did it again. They really did. That is excellent.
Bill, Rose actually called back in, and I was talking to her because she was wondering about actually buying Shiners beer. And I told her you were telling me about going to get it at Peachin's.
Yeah, they do have it there, but they only have certain ones. They have the American Bock, which is really good.
Now, can you get it over the internet, or is it?
No, and I've been talking to them about that, and we're hoping. I made a realization on my way back from North Carolina that we're starting to see more of the Shiner stuff in this area, and the reason is oil and gas industry is getting big here. Well, a lot of the guys that are working management and are working on the wells are coming in from Texas and Oklahoma. Well, guess what beer they drink?
Shiners.
So guess what they're bringing up here now? They're starting to distribute it.
Yeah.
When I start finding places that have it, and Mara and I have talked about this, we're going to mention it on the air since we're such big fans of it. I know that there's a six-pack shop in California, PA, and I mentioned Campy's, that has it occasionally.
Okay.
And there's some other places that have it. If you go to the Shiners website at shiner.com, and you will find a locator where their beer is sold. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're able to do it that way too.
The Bock is fantastic.
Oh, it is good. Mm-hmm. It is really. Well, you had that. You actually had it
in Dallas, yeah,
which probably made it that much better.
It's just the experience.
Was
of
it fresher?
Yes.
And also
right off the assembly line.
More effective.
And
right?
also, if you notice, I'm wearing my Shiners ball cap today. And if you have a business, or if you'd like me to wear your ball cap on TV and on the radio, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to wear it for you. I mean, why not?
We're going to have random listeners sending you dirty baseball hats.
That's fine with me. We're going to try the holiday in the next segment, by the way.
Sounds good. So we got our chicken going. And if you're watching on TV, sometimes when you put chicken in a pan, or if the pan's not hot enough, which this burner doesn't get as hot as yours at home, there'll be some excess liquid that builds up in the bottom, and you can just simply dump that off like I just did.
Right.
And so we do have a vessel underneath us. If you're watching on TV, I didn't just dump it on the floor. That's not good. Don't just dump stuff on the floor of your kitchen. So we're going to get our chicken seared here.
That brings up a whole sanitary issue right there.
Yeah.
If you dump chicken on the floor.
Yeah, don't dump chicken juice on the floor, please. So we're going to get our chicken seared. I want to get a little color on it, and we're going to keep turning it over. And then once that happens, once it's seared on all sides, we're going to add our buffalo sauce back to this and kind of cook it in the buffalo sauce for 3 to 5 minutes.
So basically you're browning the chicken on both sides.
Yes, exactly. And then we're going to buffalo sauce it up. Mike, do you like buffalo wings?
Absolutely.
Buffalo chicken?
Oh, man.
But there's no, I was going to say, where are the wings at?
No, we're using these because, like I said,
it's easier.
if you're at a party, okay, and especially during the holidays, and you're passing out hors d'oeuvres, the wings are great, but the only problem is even when I go to pirate games, I'm not a big fan of wings. Yeah, the bones, and they're so messy. Yeah. And if you're at a holiday party, chances are you're dressed up. You don't want to be getting sauce all over you. So if you do it like this, where they're boneless, one bite, you can put a little crumbled blue cheese on the top, which is what we're going to do. And we're going to put a toothpick in them. And then you can just pick it up by the toothpick and take a bite. Yep. So it's a one-bite thing. You're not going to get messy.
That's good.
And it's going to be delicious. And that's kind of what we're doing. And it's a little healthier this way. I mean, there's butter in the sauce, but it's a little healthier because we're not deep frying the chicken.
Okay.
And we're not breading the chicken.
I was just going to say you're not putting a breading on it.
So, I mean, you can if you want, and you can just use the standard breading procedure, which is flour, egg wash, breadcrumbs. But it's another step, and it's not necessary.
Which I don't think we have video of what. Do we have video when we did it on TV? We didn't do your almond crusted chicken, but we did the
shrimp.
Same way.
We did the coconut shrimp on TV.
Was excellent. That was
and
excellent.
That's the same breading procedure. So I mean, this chicken's getting there.
Getting there real quick too.
Yeah.
Hey, one thing I want to mention to you before I forget about it, because you had your dad in studio last week. There is a very good possibility that my father will be with me next Saturday.
Oh, cool.
In studio.
Nice.
And it will be the first time my dad's been on the air in Fayette County in 17 years, because my dad is one of the reasons why I got into radio.
Okay.
Because he started out in radio very briefly in the 1960s.
Oh, cool.
So, and I actually have I have a very short sample of one of his air check tapes that if I find it, we'll get to embarrass him on the air like I did 17 years ago, the day I got married.
So we'll have the guy who taught you everything you know.
He likes to think that.
Does he tell you, I taught you everything you know, but not everything I know?
Exactly. So, but I just wanted to bring that up before I forgot about it. But again, what do you think of it, the Shiners?
It was so good.
It's good. So they have, I've had the White Wing, I've had the Shiner Cheer. They have a dark beer, which is excellent. It's a black label, which his name escapes me right now. And then I'll, second segment of the show, we'll try the Holiday Cheer, which again it's different. It's something that it just has a different taste to it that you could see drinking at the holidays. Roaring fire, snowing outside.
What's your favorite Shiner?
Right now?
Yeah.
It's still the American Bond.
It is? Yeah.
The yellow label.
I agree with you.
I really like the Ruby Redbird.
Oh, that's right. You had
during
the Ruby
the summer.
Redbird.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
I forgot about it.
It's just it was a really different beer, and it kind of for the summertime it's perfect, and it kind of reminded me of a hybrid between a really good beer and a ginger ale.
Yeah, because that was the grapefruit beer that they came out with, which is very good.
Turn this down a little bit. I don't want to smoke out the studio.
There's another one I'd like to try, which is called White Hare, and it's a pale ale that I'd like to be able to try with them too. But I have to contact Allison, my friend at Shiners, Allison and Eric.
We should send out a quick thank you to Shiners.
Yes,
and
I know they're going to be listening, but thank you very much for this, because again, it is good, and we're doing everything we can to promote the brand in southwestern Pennsylvania.
So right before I add the sauce to the pan, I like to turn the heat down, just because I don't want it to break. I don't want it to hit the heat and splatter and break. So I turned it down to about low, now that our chicken has some color to it.
Okay.
And you don't want a whole lot of excess oil on the bottom of the pan, which we don't, and that's why I dumped some of that excess out, and why you should too at home. And now that, let the heat go down a hair.
I think it's really interesting. We've done stuffing, we've done potatoes, now we're doing buffalo chicken wings, we've done spaghetti.
Mm-hmm.
The show's on at 9 in the morning. We haven't done breakfast yet.
We will.
Okay.
It's coming.
I'm just making sure.
It just made too much sense to do buffalo chicken with
kind of did last week with the hash.
Yeah, well, I wasn't here though.
That's right.
So, that smells good.
We got our sauce added. Now, we didn't add all of it, so because we're going to have some extra here for dipping, or for whatever you like. You can use buffalo sauce for how many different things. So I mean, it's great to have. It's one of those things you can put this in the refrigerator, and when it will, since we made it the way we did and we slurried it, it will get hard because of the butter. But you can, if you add some water to your pan, and then put a couple spoons into that water after it gets hot and whisk it together, it'll come right back.
Oh, really? Okay.
So you can make this ahead of time, and you can just reheat it. And that's the great thing. If you make buffalo sauce the traditional way, can't be reheated.
Oh.
It'll break. It's done.
It will break.
Yeah,
Cool.
and what breaking means, you can do that with batters, you can do that with sauces, any butter sauce. It's when, like I said, the fat separates from the sauce, and you'll see that film. And even cream soups. If you go to restaurants, a lot of restaurants will make their soups. They all make their soups ahead of time, obviously, and they'll keep them in a warmer. So when you order your soup, that's why it comes so fast, because they just spoon it out.
Right.
But when they put these cream soups in the warmer, if they don't roux it right, or they don't slurry it, or they don't bind it up, the cream will break from sitting in that warm temperature for so long. So you'll get that clam chowder or cream of mushroom, whatever you order, and it's got that oil film on the top.
Yeah.
It drives me wild.
Yeah.
I can't take that.
Can I make a request for sometime in January and February? Can we do a broccoli cheese soup?
Okay.
I love broccoli cheese soup. And you mentioned that, and I'm thinking, we can do that after the holidays.
Yeah.
I think we should figure out how to make cookies in studio, too.
Believe me, I've been working on that. I have a couple ideas. Cookies, pizza.
Oh, I like, that's
good. I've been working on some of that. And what I like to do while this cooks is I'm going to season it again.
Yeah.
Just because. Just a little bit of salt, not much, because we put salt in the sauce. But like we said, if you go to justcookit.net, you can get the recipe for this dish right now, and you'll be able to get it obviously later, as we're not taking it down anytime soon. And also, if you haven't called in yet, we have, just to keep you, if you just tuned in, we have, the Big Barn has given us calendars to give away, okay? And that's just the preliminary prize, because they've also given us something else. So call us at 724-438-4593, and all you have to do is just tell us your favorite holiday tradition, what you do for the holidays. Say hi. We'll get the calendar. You'll get a Just Cook It bracelet. You can come pick that up at the studio. And then your name will be at the end of the program. We are going to pull one of those names of all the winners and give them a $25 gift card courtesy of the Big Barn.
And honestly, if you really don't want to come on the air, which is perfectly fine, because we had a few callers do that when Mike was busy out in the other room, we'll take your name and we'll still put you in the draw.
Yeah.
So that way everybody's included and we don't have to make anybody feel uncomfortable by doing it. So we're able to do that. But while we break right now, let's go to a quick commercial break. Then we'll come back, try the Shiner's Holiday Cheer.
And our chicken will be done.
And the chicken will be done.
So don't touch that radio dial. You're listening to Just Cook It here on WMBS. And when we come back, we're going to have our chicken's going to be finished. We got our beer. We're going to get hopefully more people to call in so that we can have more names to go into the raffle to give away the gift card for the Big Barn. So we will be right back with more Just Cook It, and we're served up to you today by the Big Barn Country Store and Deli, by Pareca Chiropractic Center, Inc., by 4th Street Barbecue, and by the Herald Standard. And you're watching Just Cook It on Fayette TV, Channel 77, and also at justcookit.tv, and you're listening to your local station, 590 Radio, WMBS. Welcome back. You're listening to Just Cook It on your local station, 590 Radio, WMBS, and also on FCTV, Channel 77, and at justcookit.tv as Bill Alexander dances in the corner there. Don't be sorry. It's okay. You're allowed to dance. People call in during the break as they don't want to talk in the air, though. I don't know why. We don't bite. Maybe you don't. No, I'm just kidding. But you can call us if you want to win a Big Barn calendar. 724-438-4593 is the number. Just for calling, you get the calendar, and we'll throw in a Just Cook It bracelet. And then your name is also entered in about 7 minutes you have to call in, because then Mike Sackley is going to pick the name for the $25 Big Barn gift card that we are giving away, courtesy of the Big Barn. And while the buffalo chicken is done, while you plate that up, I'm going to open up the Shiner's Holiday Cheer. Please do. I feel like some holiday cheer. And as the phone is ringing and Mike runs out of the room as he goes to answer it, this is a little bit darker than the white. And again... That's a funny statement. This is darker than the white. What isn't darker than white? This beer, it has more of a caramel color to it. And it has a different smell, but how can you smell anything with this buffalo chicken? But it's not like it's a bad smell. Oh, no, it's excellent. It's just very... We love buffalo chicken. It's very powerful. So I'm going to plate one up here, and we're going to have to take a picture of it for the website, because the recipe is at justcookit.net. So if you go to justcookit.net, there's a section that says Blog and Recipes. And if you hover your mouse over that section, there's a drop-down menu, and there's one that says Show Recipes. Show Recipes. So if you click on that... It's this recipe that we're making. These buffalo chicken bites are already on there. So go there, get the recipe. You can make it for the holidays. You can try it. Now I've got some blue cheese. I know you're a blue cheese fan.
I love blue cheese. I could eat it out of the container.
So we're gonna. I'm surprised you haven't by now. It was sitting in front of you the whole show.
It's also, 9:45, 9:47 a.m.?
You're really into this food time thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's good, I can eat it anytime.
Well, I know you can. So, Mike, here is your holiday cheer as I pass this over to you. And then, Mario, here is yours.
That's nice of you to give Mike some holiday cheer.
Well, most people think of eggnog for holiday cheer.
Bill Alexander passes out holiday cheer to everyone.
That should be
especially this morning.
The next blog post.
That's
something.
it.
Yeah, holiday cheer.
So this is how I would serve it.
Okay.
If I was having a party.
Basically, with toothpicks,
yeah,
the the blue cheese, and the chicken itself. It looks very appetizing.
Thank you.
So I mean, it does look good, and it smells excellent. Just to let you guys know, it's one of those very, very good. Now everybody starts to call the program at the end. Before we take the call, let's try this up on the air. This is the holiday cheer.
Okay.
So again, we say Prosit, and then we drink.
Okay.
Prosit.
Prosit.
Let's drink first. Prosit. I taste the peach.
You
I
got
can
it?
definitely taste peach in that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Really good.
It's
That's
good.
good.
That's really good.
I think this could hold this definitely holds its weight with the white wing.
Yes, I like that too. And I brought a bottle for each of you so you can take it home. And
Oh, thank you, Bill.
as I said, I gave out holiday cheer. And if you look at the bottle cap, which you can't see on TV, it says, "To you from Shiner." So Mario's getting his phone out.
Yeah, I'm going to take a picture of this to put on the website because
and when you look at the website, it was made in studio. This wasn't made in some kitchen or anything. This was made in WMBS's studio. Mike, let's go to the phone right now. Let's go talk to Sonny in Uniontown.
Sonny.
How are you doing?
Okay.
So, what's on your mind this morning?
Well, you're making me hungry and thirsty.
Well, that's good.
it's our job.
The show's working then.
Yeah. I called in about that certificate or
The
something.
calendar. Well,
Okay.
you are entered in that, and you
Okay.
stop by the station this week. You'll get your free calendar. In a few minutes, we're going to draw for the gift card.
All right.
Okay, Sonny, I appreciate the call, and thank you very much for listening.
All right. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Sonny.
Oh,
There you go.
Can I pick anyone I want?
Pick anyone you want.
I want the red toothpick.
There you go. There's 2 red toothpicks.
I got the one closer to me.
Mike?
Oh, that's excellent.
So we got some buffalo chicken. Goes with the beer.
That's really good.
Oh my gosh.
And you need that gorgonzola, that creaminess.
That's good.
You can use regular blue cheese.
Yeah.
I prefer gorgonzola, like I said, because I like that little extra creaminess.
That's
You can
excellent.
use ranch if you want. We have some celery sticks if you like to dig in.
And the thing is, either beer that we had would work with that.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I made buffalo
Yeah.
chicken. Buffalo chicken goes with, in my opinion, goes with any beer.
That's true. That's excellent.
Thank you. So there's the recipe. I would highly recommend you making this for your holidays or the football game. Is this not the perfect football
it's a
food?
football food, yeah.
I mean-
and I like it because it's not messy.
No.
It is toothpick and go from there.
And even if you're not toothpicking it, you put it on a plate with a fork.
Small, yeah. It's the same
yeah,
thing.
You don't have to get your hands messy. It's one bite.
Yeah.
And, you can have as many as you can make a bunch of these. You can put them in a crock pot, put them on the keep warm setting,
Right?
and there you have it.
That's
So,
excellent. That's excellent.
go to the website, justcookit.net. You can get the recipe right there and make this for the holidays, for football.
I'm
There's-
sneaking another one.
Have more. There's a whole pan. We
I
have a
know.
whole pan here. And one recipe makes enough. I think it says 8 servings on the website. It'll probably, if you stretch it, you could probably do more if you don't have a bunch of people eating.
And you have a whole thing of sauce left, too.
And you'll have extra sauce, so you can make more than one recipe. Or you can use the sauce for other things, for salads.
I never thought of that.
Salad,
That's actually
yeah.
that's a good idea, too.
Salads, you can make. You can take it, dress your chicken or whatever you have. You can take, if you want to really cheat and do something super quick and simple, you can take You can get sliced chicken breast.
Yeah.
From the supermarket, and you can take that sauce that's left over, toss your chicken in the sauce, put it right on top of some greens or some lettuce,
That'd be
and
good.
you have a buffalo chicken salad. Ranch dressing, blue cheese.
I was worried because when we were talking about how it smelled and how hot it smelled and how spicy, there's a little kick to it, but it's not that bad. So did the butter temper it down, or
The butter will temper it down, and Frank's Red Hot typically isn't
Hot.
Hot. If you use Tabasco, you'll be on fire. So I wouldn't recommend using that unless you really like it.
Okay.
But it's not hot. Plus the gorgonzola is key. It's creamy and it helps temper that down.
I'm earning my keep today.
Yeah, you. Well, we're feeding you and giving you drinks.
Here, have another chicken bite.
I will.
And as I said to Mario while you were out of the studio, I have a bottle of the Cheer and the White Wing for you to take home with you today. So
you're the best.
Exactly. So here you go.
I don't think that beer will last past tonight.
It may not.
It might
last past this afternoon.
Do we have another caller on the line, Mike?
Well, I'll tell you what. We had so many people call in. I'm eating this chicken right here.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's what we do here.
Yeah.
We cook, we eat.
We had a mad rush.
At the end.
At the very end. We didn't have enough time. Some people wanted to come on, but we're kind of running out of time here to actually talk with folks. But we're going to give the gift certificate to...
Mike, speaking, do we have a drum roll?
We're going to do Sonny of Uniontown.
Ah, Sonny.
Sonny, congratulations.
Is the winner of the gift certificate. Also, as far as the people who can come pick up calendars, Gail of Smithfield, Rose of Nemacolin, John of Uniontown, Dorothy of Dawson, Mary Ann of Greensboro, Janet of Uniontown, Stephanie of Smock. You guys can all pick up calendars, and Sonny will get the gift certificate as well.
You'll also have a Just Cook It bracelet in there, too. So we'll add that in. And then, as we said, if you still want to win, we're giving away more. So go to the website, go to justcookit.net. There's a tab at the menu bar that says Drawing. Click on that, fill out the form, fill in the answer. There's 14. You have a pretty good chance of winning. There's a list of 14 things. If you get one, the most popular holiday treat is the question. Yeah. We have a list of the top 14. If you guess one of the 14, you're automatically entered, and then we're going to give away a prize pack. It's a $50 value, including my cookbook, a bracelet.
Some other stuff, too.
Some other stuff in there, too. So... go ahead, go to justcookit.net and enter that. And while you're there, you can get the recipe for the dish we made today.
And we'll make the announcement on that on the 21st, the week before Christmas.
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, we'll make it live from the big barn.
That sounds good.
We can do that. So, and again, mark your calendars. December the 21st, our regular time, 9 a.m. We'll be doing the show. We'll be doing Just Cook It Radio live at the Big Barn Country Store and Deli right in Perryopolis. And we're going to have samples of food. So if you want to come try the food that we cook on the radio, you can come to the Big Barn that day. And we'll have samples. We have a whole other list of things going on. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that.
I am too. And it gets us out, the holiday spirit. Mm-hmm. Come out and say hi to us.
Call the Big Barn and order your ham, because while you're there, it's 4 days before Christmas.
Right.
It's the best ham you'll ever have.
Tried, yeah.
So call and order it. While you're there, you get to sample our food. You pick up your ham for Christmas. It's a win-win. Win-win. You can check off all your holiday things. But that's all the time we have, unfortunately, for this week,
Time flies
Bill.
when you're having fun.
Absolutely. So we will be back next week with another brand new episode. We'll be cooking another dish and talking Christmas.
Yes.
As we will be leading up to it. I mean, we're only a couple weeks away. So thank you for tuning in this week. We'll talk to you again next Saturday. For Bill Alexander and Mike Sackley, I'm Mario Pareca. Thank you for tuning in, listening to Just Cook It Radio right here on your local station, 590 Radio, WMBS.
Thanks for listening to Just Cook It Radio with Mario Pareca and Bill Alexander. For more information on today's program, visit the Just Cook It website at justcookit.net. Here, you can listen to the podcast or watch Mario and Bill cook today's recipe on Just Cook It TV. If you have any questions or comments about the show, please call 855-590-0590.